And we're back after a game of nothing. No,
yeah, no, but
game
it was so much fun, Dakota. We gotta.
Definitely.
We better
definitely.
check the Monokuma file before anything else.
It's
Hey,
an
look,
hide, but
it has a 4 on it.
wow.
Whoa. The victim was Sakura
Ogami.
Ogami. The time of
Ogami.
death estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school.
Yeah, thanks. We knew that.
There
Sorry,
is
mild interruption. If you have a hard time remembering, just take the O from Ori and use the Gami from the end part of Ori, and then just have that Re take a hard stage left out of there, like the dad that went to get the milk that never came back.
My God.
Anyway, there's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However,
Man, I thought her head would be full of muscle.
it seemed at some point the victim suffered from a violent vomiting of blood.
I don't see any blood on the ground.
What do you mean there's pink
It's
lemonade
behind
behind
her.
the chair?
Yeah, pink.
Oh, I
lemonade.
was thinking it would be in front of her.
Nope.
Well, all right then.
Anyway, we have Monokuma filed before.
Hey,
Been added to the truth bullet.
Been added to the truth bullets.
I think the case this time might be the challenge.
Why is that?
so
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door has been jammed shut with the chair from the inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door.
Unless they never did.
They're still in they're under the pool table waiting for us to leave.
Yeah.
So, if the door was locked from the inside, and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
in other words,
In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. Is that a thing?
Classic, huh?
Locked room murder?
I'm with Makoto on this one.
That's
I
pretty
guess
jarring,
you
yeah.
might see this kind of thing a lot in misery movies or books or whatever,
Nope.
but could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
hey,
Actually, no.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails?
No! I mean, sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic four?
How convenient.
Or
The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations.
so for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
Oh,
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun, you shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Unless they broke the window and then fix it.
yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
Whoever the murderer is very proficient at working with panes of glass.
Oh my god, the ultimate glass pane fixer!
Oh,
Oh,
man.
God, which one was that? I don't remember.
It's the 16th student who never showed up! They're here!
Oh, God! The ultimate craftsmanship!
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. Sat under the pool table! Under the pool!
What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that.
That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
It's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. So the fourth locked room murder is when there's no locked room.
Not a locked room.
In
But
other
still a
words,
murder.
By that I mean, there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room.
So what, like a secret passage?
Like a secret tunnel.
Through the
You see-
mountain.
Through the mountain. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. Why?
Makes it sound like it's gonna happen.
Then you think we can cross that one off off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes.
Add it to the list!
So, when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics.
So there are 4 possibilities.
That's why I said 4.
Then, Kyoko, which of these 4 choices seem most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say.
I think our primary focus should be who killed her.
No, we gotta figure out how
I
the door
see.
locked.
Oh, baby, she's dead inside.
The way the killer set up the locked room.
She's also dead on the outside.
Until I figure that out,
Dang.
the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden.
Hidden, like the legend of the hidden temple.
Oh, Obek, is that you?
Oh, no.
It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else.
Where's Toko?
Oh, you know,
Oh,
around.
okay.
Did you say where?
Yeah.
Her and Hira were told to leave
Kicked out.
and not to come back.
Well, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, that's what they said.
There's a
That's fair.
bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense.
Why? She bleeds like everyone else.
Why is it so far away from where she died? There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on.
Dang.
The glass is all red and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right?
No.
Is he with a bottle?
So this must have originally been a bottle.
Oh,
There's
man.
no way.
I mean, could have been something else that hit them on the head.
Good off.
It has. There's no way a bottle killed her.
I mean, while
I mean, she
vomiting
was
blood,
also
that
vomiting
sounds like.
blood.
I was gonna say, it sounds like she drank like a poison or something.
Maybe she drank glass.
I don't think you can drink glass.
I mean,
You can if you put glass
no,
in your drink
not
and you drink it.
effectively, You can't.
No, you're thinking of eating glass while it's mixed in with a liquid.
I'm gonna shove some glass up your ass in a second.
There's something else
can
on the
try.
ground near the glass.
I made my ass glass proof.
Oh,
It's a figure.
Yes.
It
Years of specific
fits in the
butt
palm of my
squats and
hand.
kegels.
It's a Monokuma figure.
Nice.
I'm on a Kuma figure in the palm of my hands.
Palm of my hand.
All the power of a Monokuma figure in the palm of my hand.
It looks like some kind of wrapper.
Chance the Rapper? Oh, sorry. That's Chance the No.
Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked. Why do you keep saying Genocide Jack? It had attacked me, right?
No one can make up their minds about what my name is.
No, they can't.
So after we left the nurse's,
Huh?
so
Yeah.
after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little.
So you
Wait,
gave
where did we leave? Or...
that candy to Sakura?
I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room.
What?
I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. Did you poison?
You really like them that much?
Because, I mean,
Really? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. And laced it with poison.
Oh, and it's gonna be wild when she's the one who ended up killing her.
But now they've lost all their flavor.
What?
You know,
What, you stuck on them until the flavor was gone?
No, probably because her friend died, so she's not gonna be able to enjoy them by association ever again.
That would be probably a better
Yes.
assumption.
Unless she's the murderer.
Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair.
All schlumpy up in here.
There's obviously evidence of a blow on the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood?
Tuberculosis.
Austin, I'm so sorry to tell you. You can only say the word if you have it.
What?
I don't think you were
We
part of
learned that
bait.
from...
No, I wa-
That was a
We
bait
learned
whenever-
that bit whenever we played Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my mistake.
Whenever Arthur Morgan got tuberculosis.
Hey, spoiler.
Oh, why?
Really old by now. Hold
That's 7 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's old. It's an old game.
Spoilers.
Couldn't even remember when that came out.
I think it was 2018.
I was say it was a
Yeah,
while
whenever
ago.
Arthur Morgan got ciabatta bread.
It was a good game.
Good, yeah. Glad I perfected it.
Yeah. So, anyways, you can't say that word unless you have it. So I'm
Well,
so sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
The Monokuma file specifically said that she hadn't suffered any other injuries.
Nice.
Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood?
Doubt it.
Not a chance.
I hate to agree with him,
Yeah.
but he's right.
However, your eyes may have landed on a most interesting location.
Interesting.
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree?
No. I don't think I'd call it interesting.
Where
Most
am I-
interesting.
Where have my eyes landed, Byakuya? What's interesting about where my eyes have
But it
landed?
does make me wonder,
Have you seen those muscles?
the reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yaka, would you care to explain yourself?
You know, I hate to say it, but it feels more and more like Hina helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that's alright, Matt. This means that another one of your characters would be.
Whoa! All I have to do is voice Markiplier and all the ones I decide to throw in.
Yep.
Yeah, he has more free reign to do his free voices.
Yeah.
There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
so
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty.
1000% got poisoned.
Oh, yeah.
Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein.
Was it a love for the protein or the love for the gains that came from the proteins? That's what you have to ask yourself.
Yes. I mean, have you seen her?
Have you seen those gains?
Have you seen them
Yeah,
gains?
just look at them. She's actually been decaying for like 12 hours and she's still like pristine muscle condition. As if
She's
her
actually-
muscles refuse to deteriorate.
She's actually a distant relative to Aerith because her last name is actually Gainsborough.
Yeah. It's for some reason the gains is in all though.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that they put that on the birth certificate like that.
It's a weird translation error, but you know, happens.
and she and she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
Didn't help this time.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you.
I mean, yeah, she's dead. I know. Still not protein again.
This is why we're the same kind of fucking idiot.
This is why we're Gnome Squad.
It's got a label on it that says CHEM A-2.
Man,
That says CHEM A-2. Thank you.
actually, that's Chima's.
Chima.
Dude, it's
Chima.
just
Chima
branding.
2.
That's just branding. They put it backwards so it looks cooler. It's
right.
actually Chima's.
That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff.
Yeah, that's Chima's. It's a health drink.
Yeah. So she must have gotten it from the chem lab.
You took a cup from the chem
Just
lab
a
and
second.
drank out of it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's
Chima's,
strange.
Austin.
No.
That's strange, man.
Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can?
Shards of light blue glass. They must have been They must have been parts of the window I broke to get inside.
It just
Correct.
reminds me of that bit from Idiocracy where they're just like, it's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes. It's Chima's.
I don't know that one.
It's fine.
Don't worry, I do.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Austin, TLDR, some modern day idiots get sent to the future, if I remember correctly, and then they're much smarter than all the people in the future, so they're trying to help them not shit the bed, proverbially.
Huh.
One of the
Neat.
things they do is constantly giving Gatorade to the plants,
Oh,
Yep.
because it's got electrolytes, which is what plants
Uh-huh.
crave.
yep. They sure do. But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it.
Why does that matter?
so
I fucking. What do you think? I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on.
An important clue? I'm not sure I see how.
It's a
Yeah.
surprise tool that'll help us later.
Weird. I wonder how.
It's a surprise tool that'll come up later. Get to talk to Byakuya.
No, you have to talk to the Chima's can.
Never mind. I don't need to read
away.
that.
He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I'd better go before he crushes my soul completely.
Jesus.
You're
What
not
you?
the flames,
Wanna
Brave.
talk?
Get out of my face.
Oh, yeah, if Sakura had been killed,
Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
and she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit.
Especially when she's high on Chima's.
Especially when she's high on Chima's. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand?
They had more Chimas than her.
Chima's!
I wonder, where did they get all those Chimas? Did someone get the upper hand with the Chimas?
It's just fucking Dragon Ball power scaling. We have to keep drinking.
You don't understand.
Oh my
They had more
god.
Chimas than her.
This is to go even further beyond.
Chug, chug, chug.
Chug, 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 chug.
Look at the Chima!
They,
If you drink too much,
they must
you
have
turn
taken
into a
more
Chia.
Chima than her.
Wasn't taking her by surprise by how much Chima they consumed.
Right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to. They would have needed all that Chima if they. If they expected to stand a chance against her.
I have a great idea for the title of this one.
Yeah, good one.
Chima's.
No, not quite. It's going back to an old bit. It's fine. How about you? Do I need to talk to
Please.
you?
We already know who did it.
forgive you.
Byakuya took our hero. It had to be one of them.
That's still 3 options. We don't know who did it.
Let's
Flip a
vote for them
three-sided
all.
dice. They
Three-sided,
couldn't stand
yeah.
the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto?
No. Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more.
Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them. Oh, God, all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room.
Why are you just now telling us this?
What?
Wait. After I went to
Wait.
the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon.
By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then.
I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she was already too high on Chimas. She wouldn't listen. She said not to worry,
Damn
that she
Chimas.
just wanted to talk to them.
Then why'd she have the Chimas?
I don't know. This is just what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, with my Chima's powers, this never would have happened.
You couldn't have stopped her. You never would have had enough Chimas.
Not to beat her. Have you seen those gains
Ina.
with their chimas?
It's impossible not to have regrets, I know.
All I had to do was not eat donuts for a whole day and just chug Chimas.
I couldn't do it though.
I'm too fucking weak.
But the fact that she had to ask those 3 to meet with her.
High on Chimas. Blood rage filling her eyes.
And she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying.
Get busy Chimas in or
It
get
might be
busy
good
dying.
to confirm what I just heard with the 3 of them directly. So, you want to talk now, or?
Go away.
Hey, Byakuya,
What do you want? You're bothering me.
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. It's
I don't
Chimas.
care.
Chimas. Have you heard about our
Fine.
Lord and Savior Chimas?
Now that you've mentioned chimas, make it quick.
Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room?
While she was high on Chimas?
So you found out. Interesting. She was trying to take all the chimas for herself.
Then it's true. She was hijacking all the Chimas.
I did receive a note to that effect. Yes.
The note actually just says, like, out there, like, we pull up a piece of paper and it just says, "Come get your fucking Chimas if you're if you're strong enough to once."
Come get these
Sakura.
chimas if you dare.
Sakura Ogami, yes, fucking try me, bitch.
But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? She was too much. She was too high on chimas. I couldn't take that.
So you didn't see her? So you didn't go see her?
Of course not.
She had too
I
much
ripped the note to
Chimas. I
shreds.
wouldn't either.
That's what I'm saying, Makoto. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all, except for now.
She could rip a whole moose in half before she was high on Chimas.
Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight.
Technically,
Okay,
trash can.
thanks.
If we ever get the opportunity to go into his room, we can just check his trash can, because if
Yeah,
he
but-
ripped up the note, then he's telling the truth.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he didn't invite us to his room.
yeah, and the door's probably
Too
locked.
bad. Too
This
bad.
door's the only
We've
way
got
out of the
Chimas.
rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that
Mountings.
Yep.
Mountings.
The mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window. Who could have done that? Anyway,
Crazy.
which happened,
Somebody not-
of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that excuse me, that any kind of strange or
Ring.
string, yeah,
Strange.
that strange or mechanism.
The Chima's getting to you, man.
Man, I had too much Chima. What can I say?
Wait a minute. Mechanism? That's almost like Chimanism.
If you rearrange the letters,
Anyway,
you'll
was
get
used
Chimanism.
on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself.
Dang. We leave?
I thought looking at the door, I was gonna let me leave. It didn't.
No leaving.
No leaving, not allowed. Need to examine the crime scene as much as possible, huh?
Look at
I
the
guess
table.
so.
You know about the wrapper.
Oh,
you
not
know
you.
about the
That's not a
elbow.
table.
I already talked to you. We already talked about
You wanna-
Chimas.
You want to talk to me again about Chivas? there's nothing on the table.
We saw the
Uh,
bottle, we
table.
saw the blood, we saw
All the blood. Wait,
Is there anything with her actual body?
that one. I looked at the bottom.
The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here.
Nope.
Fumi would have loved that shelf.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look.
There are
Bottles.
4 red bottles lined up on the shelf.
Nice.
And inside
Oh,
each
they're the
bottle,
figures.
there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
Who cares?
Those fucking chess
So-
pieces?
Yes.
That's what I thought. It's no different from the standard ship in a bottle.
Huh?
A ship in a bottle. You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Well, this is Makoto we're talking about.
Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that. Monokuma bottle, if you will.
Alright, so hold on. We have the
No.
pawn, we have the rook, we have the bishop, we have the... Is that the queen at the end, I think?
I think
Okay.
not 100%, and then I think the knight was the one that we picked up.
Okay.
So where's the king?
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, the king piece is missing too, then.
I think
That's
most of them are missing,
if,
to be fair.
That's if they had a king there.
I mean, there is 2 gaps.
Yeah.
I mean, why would they have the other one missing?
Maybe it's just poor spacing on their part.
That could be the case.
I feel like
Anyways.
I'm starting to make sense of things a little by little.
Are you?
The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf,
Yeah.
the Monokuma figure we found on the ground, the red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon.
Right.
Now we can go. No.
Oh. Leave? Now? There's a closet to investigate. Or locker.
Oh, you think you're wrong. There's a locker. The locker's open. And there on the inside, it's a handprint.
why?
Well, somebody was fucking...
I don't know about that one, Chief.
What do you mean?
What's a handprint doing here?
That's why handprints show up on things, right? That people were fucking in them?
It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker. And it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
Was she trying to shove someone in a locker?
Well, I think someone was hiding in the locker and then just came out whenever all the confusion happened, probably.
Maybe. I feel like it would have been noticed though. And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone is hiding here in the loft, and they left behind a little something.
So then, maybe the killer hidden there in here until the locked room was opened? Don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
It's on the other side of the room. That doesn't make any sense. Unfortunately, that's not.
Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right?
Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Dang it.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door.
Okay, so somebody was
Yeah,
hiding.
so then, what does this handprint mean?
So someone was hiding in there before Sakura came in.
Now
All right,
I'm
quick.
done. Nope.
No,
Everybody put your hands up to the handprint and see whose matches.
honestly, not a bad idea. If only they'd let us do it. A second game of.
Wait, is this something on the shelf back there? Behind Kyoko?
Chair.
Or the chair?
The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it.
It's just a chair. Doesn't do much.
Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not the outside.
Yeah, but then how the fuck did
Listen.
they get out?
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation?
Yeah, I think so. For the most part.
You
So then,
investigated generally.
No. Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you go in my place.
Okay.
She's decided.
I think Byakuya made that decision.
She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue.
Our
But
first
she's
real
right.
fight
I do have to go talk to the others.
will come out stronger for it.
Sakura
Or I
wanted
will.
to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say.
Because I'm the main character and everyone else will die except me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's other 2 probably went back to their rooms.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
We'll find out what they want next time.
No!
Yeah.
All the
Anyway, yeah.
Eh.
Gotta get that Chima's.